Well, all right. Another Monday, another weekly market update. Thank you for joining me once again to find out what's going on in our crazy world. Hang in there with me, and we're going to get through all this. Okay, here we go. So, something that I've always talked about if you watch this channel for a while, the economy is not the stock market. And this is a perfect example of it, right? So, the world is out there melting, and the market's like, hold my beer. And so the Dow's hitting 50,188. That was back in February. S&P hit 3-4 days ago its highest it's ever had. Now, this was on the expectation of a truce to be happening. Obviously, if you follow the news this weekend, the truce is not necessarily going to be the way that we thought there was going to be. So the stocks have now retreated, and as we can see, WTI and Brent have both gone up. As a matter of fact, take a quick look here. This is about 10-15 minutes ago when I pulled these. Look at the percentage changes in all the crude oil prices, as well as gasoline and heating oil and WTI. The good news here is that at least we're going into summertime, and so hopefully that use for the heating oil and everything else will be minimized. Although with our travel and our jet fuel and everything else, I don't see a quick end to this. So I think it's important for all of us to understand that the economy operates very, very differently than the stock market. And again, if you are someone who has a bunch of money in the S&P 500 and you're seeing it hit the highs, whether you're paying $5 a gallon for gas or now $6 a gallon of gas, that may not matter to you. Unfortunately, that's not the majority of Americans, and specifically people who are first-time home buyers and folks that are trying to make a better life through home ownership. So it's important that all of us watching this as professionals, whether you're realtors or builders, well, other loan officers, we have to acknowledge this. So we have to understand exactly how this thing is hitting the consumer and be able to understand why the consumer sentiment has been as low as it has been. So it's important for us to note this. Uh, Quick note on that, consumer sentiment. We released this program a couple weeks ago. I've talked to you about it. We have had an overwhelming number of phone calls and inquiries on this. So if you're a real estate professional and you're taking advantage of this, really being able to go out there and source where you can find medical professionals, especially those who have not been necessarily courted very highly at this point, pharmacists, veterinarians, this program works perfect. Again, zero down, all the way up to 2 million, no monthly mortgage insurance. And if we compare it apples to apples with the Fannie Mae 5% down at $1 million, this program's monthly payment beats that with zero down and no mortgage insurance. So call me if you want to chat and strategize on this. What's going on in the market, you ask? Well, a whole lot of kind of waiting to see. That's really what's happening. We have picked up some, which is great. For this week, we have retail sales coming up. It'll be interesting to see if people are still spending on the credit cards. Remember, credit card expenditures right now, $1.29 trillion so far, highest we've ever seen. And the delinquencies are unfortunately going up to the highest levels since COVID. Now, at COVID times, we had a 9% unemployment. Right now, we have 4 and change. So something's not penciling out here. So I need you to watch out for that. Wednesday, we're going to see mortgage applications to see what kind of appetite there is out there for mortgages. Initial jobless claims will be telling, as well as on Friday, there's nothing. So you'll want to follow us definitely on Instagram at Omid S down there. We post weekly updates or daily updates on all this stuff that happens once a week that you see on the Monday videos. So definitely you want to do that. Okay. Rates, 6.41 last week. This week we're starting out at 6.29. Again, a remnants and a continuation of that hopeful, hey, this thing's going to get resolved in a minute and go from there. Jumbos are sitting at 6.52 this morning, so a bit better than last week. Remember, these are for 780 credit scores, putting 25% down. Your rate may be different, so definitely visit with us or your favorite loan officer to find out what the truth is. Speaking of your favorite loan officer, I got to tell you guys, now that I've been at First Security for about 4 months, I cannot even begin to underplay the rarity and the power of this portfolio programming that we have here. I've been able to do quite a few deals since we've gotten here on the portfolio. The rates on the portfolio are so much better than the conventional rates that we see out there if you qualify for the portfolio product. But I think it is really, really powerful. So whether you are a loan officer or a realtor or a client watching this, if you want to think outside the box and look at the opportunities of what a portfolio can do for you and how much money it can save you, definitely pick up the phone and give me a call. Okay? All right. Well, take good care of yourselves. Thanks for joining once again. Do subscribe, like, comment, share so others can be as smart as you are, and catch you next week. Bye-bye.